How are we doing, guys? Moose here, episode 83 of our West Ham United career mode, and we do have some big stuff going on in this episode. We can see Stuart Downing get some good news. He's coming back from his injury, so he offers us a little bit more depth in attacking midfield. We also see Cheku Keonte does come to my office. He says, "Boss, you know what? I feel like I deserve a little bit more for what I've been doing for the team," and I'm happy to take a look at that because he's a guy that's been huge for us in the Champions League. He's played a ton of games, and we want to rectify and keep him happy. We also have Javier Pastore say he's okay to play, but he's just come back from a 2-month layoff and injury, and I'm not ready to risk him in the starting lineup as of yet. But we take a look at Keonte's contract. He's on 30 grand a week right now. He wants to jump up to 50, and we can afford that at this moment in time, and I think that's pretty fair, especially when he accepts a squad role of squad rotation player. It's fantastic because he's been playing a lot more than that, so we know we'll be keeping him happy because he's been huge for us in the Champions League. He's playing pretty much every game. He's also been really imperative to us in the league because he's formed a fantastic holding midfield partnership with Fabian Delph, with Javier Pastore on the sideline. So going to be a big game for us now coming up against Arsenal. Arsenal have regained a bit of glory as they've made it back to the Champions League after really struggling in Season 1. They finished in like 8th or something of that nature. They were horrible, but they did finish 4th last year behind us in 3rd. So they will have a quality side. Sanchez on the bench, Dzeko on the bench, which is fantastic for us, but still some quality players in that team. You can see not a huge number of buys. Wallace at the back, O'Sullivan, who I'm not sure who that is or where he came from. But other than that, it's a pretty standard Arsenal lineup. Welbz will be leading the line up top for us. We come on the diamond because we are away from home and want to solidify the lineup a bit. Dybala and Carroll partnering up top. Grenier and Oxlade-Chamberlain providing support. Keonte, Delph, Cresswell, Tompkins, and Kulu Jenkinson, and Bernd Leno in goal looking to keep the ball out of the back of the net. So we start off very brightly here. Carroll with the ball into Grenier, finds Paulo Dybala, and we're just whipping the ball straight across the field. Nice 1-2 between Keonte and our Argentine starlet, Paulo Dybala. He comes in, looks to have a shot, it's blocked, falls to Oxlade-Chamberlain, strikes it, but his shot is saved, and you can see Dybala there in the background did go down with a bit of a knock. He was able to carry on for a while, but he had to come out in the second half with the injury. Keonte later in the first half, unable to score as he's through on goal, but Szczesny stands his ground and makes a very nice save. And Arsenal looking to make us pay here with Coughlin on the ball. Cock block with the ball, turns back on himself, trying to find a little bit of space. He's not able to get around, and finally does get a shot up, but Bernd Leno equal to the task. Really good chance, though, for Arsenal to try and make an attack. And Cresswell here looking for Tompkins. He tried to actually play it back to Bernd Leno. And we know Danny Welbeck loves a back pass. He scored like against Manchester United in real life on a play similar to this. And he does it here for Arsenal against West Ham United. That guy, not Dybala, Welbz with the goal. Unbelievable scenes as we completely cocked that up. Cresswell looked to play it back. I actually wanted to play it all the way back to Bernd Leno because I was running out of room. Didn't get enough on the pass. Leno doesn't come out in enough time. Tompkins doesn't get back. And Welbeck with a clinical finish. That guy, Welbz, scores for Arsenal to give them the 1-0 advantage on the stroke of halftime. He's dangerous in FIFA. I'll tell you what, Danny Welbeck, he's always at the top of the goal scorer charts in this career mode, and he's really made a name for himself here. But Dybala on the ball, lays it back to Carl Jenkinson. Jenkinson floats in looking for Andy Carroll, whose header is straight down the throat of Wojciech Szczesny, and the Polish keeper does save and keep out of the back of the net. Cresswell then in the 61st minute lays it out to Rafa, who's come on trying to give us a little bit more impetus on the wings. He does scoot through 3 defenders, sticks with the ball, stays with it, gets in behind Wallace, has a shot, but Szczesny with a save. Rebound to Oxlade-Chamberlain into Grenier, lays it out wide. Paulo Dybala now on the right wing, floats inside, trying to make some space for himself. Out wide to Cheku Keonte. Keonte into Jenkinson, the right back on the overlap. Looking for Oxlade-Chamberlain. His header is saved against his former team, Arsenal. Szczesny having an absolute stunner. What a game he's playing. Game of his life, and he's keeping the ball at the back of the net. Arsenal gravely need the 3 points, but Walcott already been booked in the 65th minute. He goes in against his former teammate Jenkinson, who does not like that challenge. It was a raunchy challenge from Theo Walcott, given a red card on his second yellow, and that means we will be able to potentially score a goal as we are man up. Arsenal will be playing with 10 men, and it could give us the advantage we need to equalize. But Ramsey on a free kick here lays it out wide. He gets the ball back off the 1-2 with Nacho Monreal into Alexis Sanchez, who's come on as a substitute. The Chilean. Eventually they find Ramsey, and that is a beautiful piece of Arsenal football. You have to say that is exactly what you expect from an Arsene Wenger coach team. Lovely 1-2. Tight touch passing. Look at this. Sanchez to Debussy. One touch to Ramsey. He smashes it. Leno at his near post you would hope would maybe do a little bit better, but that is a textbook Gunners goal. And really is the dagger in our heart at this moment in time. Chianti tries to strike one from range, but his shot sails just over top of the bar. We're into the 89th minute now. Still pressing forward. We've gone all out attack. Everyone's coming forward. Wickham's come on for the lackluster Andy Carroll. He does have a chance. His shot's blocked into Chianti, whose shot's also blocked. Wickham is leveled in the penalty box, but nothing is given. Referee sees an Arsenal man go down, but he can't blow it as West Ham are on the attack. Into Jenkinson. Jenkinson flips it across to Wickham, and what a save that is by Szczesny. Wickham, though, is able to stay with the ball. He's pulled down. It goes through the injury cutscene, but we've given a penalty. Connor Wickham, who should have scored on that redirect. It was an unreal save by Szczesny. Wickham, though, is dragged down on the follow-up, and he wins a penalty to bring West Ham back within a goal. Can he score? The substitute, yes, he can. The England former Sunderland man does score. I want him to pick up the ball, but he goes absolutely haywire, and we do celebrate the goal. We get the ball. Let's get back here. Try and get another goal, boys. We need it. Would be unbelievable scenes if we could get 2 stoppage time goals to equalize against Arsenal, but alas, it was not meant to be. Referee blows for full time, and it's a 2-1 defeat away at the Emirates. And that's really our bogey stadium, I have to say. Arsenal, we seem to play well against about half the time, but when we're away from home, they are all over us. And for me, man of the match had to go to Carl Jenkinson. I thought he played really well. It was a lackluster effort throughout the squad, but I thought Jenkinson had a solid game. Wickham, that's how the game really went, that Wickham comes on as like an 80th minute substitute, and he still gets 2 Moose Mighty Hammer points. Grenier does get 1. But we have some bright news as we come back from the game. Cheku Chianti accepts his contract offer until that guy Dybala sprained his ankle on that earlier challenge, played on for a little while, and he will be out for 3 weeks, which is it's going to be a difficult thing to deal with. But even more difficult, we've had this ongoing saga with Aaron Cresswell about potentially leaving the club. He says, let me play in peace. He's been telling the fans, I'm not sure what I'm doing. I love West Ham, but I don't know if I want to continue here, if I want to move on, what I want to do. And I'm really getting sick of Cresswell, honestly. He's not getting a new contract offer to him. We offered him a new deal with the terms that he wanted, and he did not sign it. If he decides to come around before the January transfer window, then fair play to him. If he doesn't, we'll look to sell him maybe in next summer, because we're not going to lose him over January. There's no way I want to let anybody leave in the winter, because that would be a devastating blow to us as we try to compete in the league and in the Champions League if we can get through our group. So we'll have to see what goes on there. We'll see if he changes his mind. But this is another massive game. Arsenal in 6th after beating us, but we're sitting in 4th in a very, very tight league. Manchester United just a single point ahead of us in 3rd. Man City a single point ahead of them. And then Chelsea top of the table on 28 points. But we come out with Wickham leading the line, Downing Singh in the hole just behind. He's fresh back from his injury layoff. Oxlade-Chamberlain and Rafa on the wings. Noble and Chianti forming a partnership in holding midfield. So we've had to rotate the squad a little bit because we do have this game just after the Arsenal match, and then we'll have Ajax in the Champions League. A huge game at home as we look to hopefully seal our way into the knockout stages of the Champions League. But that said, we will have a massive game here. Wickham, though, early on puts a ball off the post. How he hasn't scored, I don't know. He only gets a glancing contact. I think he actually takes a touch off of Raphael, and that's what directs it onto the post. So unlucky for us in the early going. But United, always a team that we struggle with. They've thrashed us the likes of 4-0, 3-0 in the past couple seasons. So we have to show that we're able to stick with them if we want to keep moving up the table. Usually when we do lose 4-0, 3-0, it's at Old Trafford. We've done well against them at home. I think we've beaten them once and drawn with them once. So this would be the time to do it, if any. Downing does provide some great service here, looking for Connor Wickham. Really nice overlap that he plays on the left-hand side with Oxlade-Chamberlain, but unlucky in that we're unable to break down the United defense. Pjanic, though, showing the skill he has into Robin Van Persie. A shot saved. Rooney can't score in the follow-up. And finally, Winston Reid does clear the ball away. So some good chances, some end-to-end action here. Wickham's header is stopped by De Gea, who actually does play for United now. They're finally getting him into the lineup. Obviously, that FIFA glitch where they play Lindegaard all the time in the first couple seasons of career mode. But De Gea is in goal, and he's really taken the game by the scruff of the neck and playing fantastically. And this is just Phenomenal play. I mean, it looks just like that Arsenal goal. Ball was flicked onto Pjanic. He laid it off to, I think it was Rooney, might have been Di Maria, and he just finds Robin Van Persie on the back post. It's Di Maria, I should say, finds Van Persie on the back post, and he's going to score that. No problem at all. On his left foot, clinical, just inside the post, and that is a lovely worked goal for Van Persie. He's been struggling. He's only got 2 goals in the Premier League, but it's a massive goal for Manchester United to take the lead. And we do nearly find an equalizer just moments later as we have a corner deep in stoppage time in the first half, but Winston Reid's header thrashes off the bar and doesn't nestle into the top corner of the net, unfortunately for us. Aaron Kress won the 52nd minute, looking to test De Gea with a shot from range, but it's a good save by the Spanish goalkeeper, who may be a want away. We don't know if he'll try and replicate real life and want to leave for Real Madrid. But Kress, with another chance from range, has a shot, but what a block that is by Phil Jones, and it does scoot over the top of the net, over the top of the goal and onto the roof of the net. 75th minute, we're still looking for that equalizer. Rafa gets the ball from Connor Wickham, and Rafa! He does score. The former Braga man says David De Gea, Portugal greater than Spain. What a goal from Rafa. Unbelievable finish to give us the equalizer that we greatly need. Great bit of play from Wickham to hold the ball up and find the oncoming Rafa. Takes it with pace. Nice little fake shot to be a defender, and it's a clinical left-footed finish. So much power onto it. He just hits it as hard as he can, and De Gea has no chance. Beautiful goal from Rafa, and we have found hopefully a point that will be a 0.1 in my opinion, because we have struggled. Rooney does come down straight off of kickoff and forces Leno into a phenomenal save, but thankfully for us, he does keep out of the back of the net. Noble then plays a 1-2 with Rafa, who's very dangerous in this game, whips it to the back post to enter Valencia, heads it down for Wickham, and it's, oh my goodness, look at this save by David De Gea. Unbelievable reflexes from the Spaniard. He gets a toe on it. Connor Wickham cannot buy a goal from open play in these last 2 games, because he has been saved by Szczesny and De Gea in absolutely heroic efforts that would have been massive goals for us. One final shot from United does skew over the bar, and that would be all she wrote. Final whistle from the referee, a 1-1 draw. Not the best of episodes for us, obviously. A draw and a loss, but against 2 of the top teams in the table, we'll have to take what we can get and hopefully bounce back. Like I said, against Ajax in the Champions League, we deserve better. We had 13 shots, a little bit more possession. Good game for us. Rafa's my man of the match, gets 3 Moose and Mighty Hammer points, 2 for Nkulu, 1 for Carl Jenkinson. So if you did enjoy this episode, guys, be sure to comment, leave a like, and subscribe. I will have Hammer's headlines back for the Ajax episode in the next one. So leave a like, subscribe. We'll see you in episode 84. Hope you have enjoyed. Always want to hear your feedback and comments, and we'll see you then, guys. Bye-bye.